Good morning everyone, good morning. Trade recap tayo. Yung trade natin nung Monday. So na na late tayo ng upload ng video. So here was the trade. Nag-Asian swing tayo noon. And we we had a Sogi King set up sa Asian session. So nung opening, because of yung yung sentiment is like everyone is expecting a gap up. 'Di ba nung weekend pumutok yung war again na tension, and then everybody was expecting a gap up sa Monday, but sa akin hindi tayo nag-buy, hindi tayo nag-bullish na bias because ang fundamentals is telling a different story. So let's look at some data na bakit tayo nag bearish sentiment sa first day ng linggo na 'to. So makikita natin dito, this is the unemployment rate. Then here is the M2 supply, monetary supply, and the CPI. So kung titingnan natin siya isa-isa, ito yung titingnan ni Fed sa upcoming FOMC. So we know that the FOMC is the main catalyst sa linggo na 'to, if ever saan papunta si gold. Kung makita natin sa CPI, it's 2.4, so it's malapit na sa target ni Fed na 2. But nung April, 2.3, 2.4 ngayong May. So nag-slight increase siya. So if tingnan natin si monetary supply, kita nyo tong drop na to. This was on COVID. So sa M2, ito yung always naman rising to kasi yun yung supply. So pag tumataas to, meaning nun, the value of the money in circulation is nagde-devalue siya, kaya tumataas din every year yung inflation kasi yung M2 is supply ng dollars to eh. So nang makita natin na umaakyat na naman siya. So this is a risk na na inflation is controlled but nagra-rise. Okay? So here naman, dito naman sa unemployment rates, you can see tumataas din yung unemployment rates. Mas maganda yon kasi pag malakas yung labor market, mas tataas yung inflation. So ang ano lang natin dito is the CPI na nag 2.4, and then si Fred na pataas na ulit. Ang implications, no, the implications will be maybe si Fed ngayong buwan na to will not cut interest rates. So yun, sigurado naman tayo doon, hindi siya magka-cut ngayong June. But tingnan natin kung ano yung magiging perspective nila puntang September, kasi maybe may higher chance na mag-cut sila sa September. So I was thinking baka hindi pa ngayon. So kung hindi ngayon, there's no reason for gold to break out yet, 'di ba? Maybe on July or August. So before dun sa rate cut na month, ano lang. So ganun yung naging idea ko na the fundamentals are telling me to sell. Bakit? Kasi alam naman natin na walang cuts this month. So maybe on September. So bakit siya dito sa 3.5 level or 3 yan 3.4 3.5 level? Bakit siya pumupunta diyan? Eh wala namang sure data na magli-lead kay Fed na magka-cut talaga ng interest. Plus meron ka pang war tension. So kung may war tension, meaning uncertainty in the market, dapat ang money is pupunta kay gold. So maraming factors kung bakit dapat mag-bullish run si gold. But hindi ako kasi sa fundamentals wala namang wala namang factor na dapat mag-bullish siya papuntang 3.5, since hindi naman magka-cut si Fed ngayong buwan na to, or on July or August. So sa September pa 'yon, matagal pa 'yon. So I was thinking na kung hindi siya mag-gap up sa opening, hindi siya mag-gap up na lagpas dun sa high volume na resistance na to, hindi ako magba-buy bias. Kasi nung nag-open siya, hindi siya tumagos dito. no? Hindi siya tumagos na malaking candle papunta dun sa taas. So, I was observing on the Asia na nung hindi siya and then nag-resist si 3450, walang nag-close na candle above 3450. Yan dito. Hindi siya nag-close above 3450. So, expecting nag-high risk sell na lang ako dyan. No, na expecting na hindi mababasag si 3450. So I put a stop loss at 3457 because yun naman yung average candle movement ni Asian so the past few days. So I guess that was a safer side, no? Na pag hindi nag-close to ng 3450, then that's good. So yun naman, nag-hold naman siya. Then until such time na lumakas na yung volume dun sa London and New York. So na-confirm lang dun sa overlapping yung bias natin. And now it's consolidating dito sa 340 kasi pag nabasa ito si 340, you have a range papuntang 3420. So yun yung bias ko for sell. So, walang setup ng candles, only a anticipation na wala namang cuts ngayon, bakit aangat siya. And then, the gap up was not enough yung na volume, ng push ng volume. Since Monday din naman yun, hindi naman manipis na naman yun. And also, nagsabi naman ako dun sa, sa chat, na duda ako na mag 3350. So, the target was 3350 at the end of the week. Pero, masyadong malakas yung at saka mabilis yung baba na 'to. Manipis yung volume na 'to, eh. Baka i-correct pa 'to this upcoming, ngayong araw na 'to, Wednesday or Thursday, kasi malakas na yung volume sa market. And also, you have a support here sa 3380. So, malakas na yung support na 'to kasi may volume ka na dito. Makapal na 'to. Meron ka pa dito. Okay? So, sa technical side naman tayo. So, we can see here, bakit dito tayo nag-stop loss? Aside from the volatility range, kung pupunta tayo sa H4 candle, there's no traffic. So, kita natin, walang traffic. So, everybody is expecting, uy, mag-bullish run to hanggang dito. But, look at here. So, etong week na to is a high volume week sa London. And then, bumaba dito. So, let's put a horizontal ray dyan. Ayan. So, 3454, 3455. So, that is when nagsogi siya on the 4-hour candle. So, it's safe to assume you have a quite amount of volume here. Maraming executed trades above the 3455 level. So, as you can see, yung 3450 natin is a psychological level at the Asian. Okay? So, you have a high volume naman dito, overlap volume, so which could act as a resistance. Yan. So, kung lagyan natin ng yan, yan. So, we could have a high volume resistance at the overlap. Okay. So, nag-overshoot siya. Dito tayo nag-entry just above that one. So, we didn't expect na pupunta yan sa taas. High volume resistance here. And bakit dito yung naging target natin sa 3390? Friday, this was the Asian volume. Diba? So, ang Asian volume, I don't really respect Asian volume kasi manipis lang talaga yung mga executed trades yan. Dito tayo meron sa overlap. So, you can see there, the zone here has a high volume transactions. Diba? Maraming transaction na ganap dyan. Tsaka overlap yan, tsaka London. So, maraming pera dyan. Kung extend natin yan, kita nyo naman. No? Kung in-extend natin yan, dito yan. So, yun yung magiging target mo. For the overlap, then the overlap. Diba? And then, we executed a buy naman. Diba? Nung kinagabihan nung Monday, if you remember, sabi ko sa inyo, pwede na kayo mag-buy. Diba? So, 3-4. Kaso hindi siya tumuloy sa 3-4-20. So, pwede kayo mag-buy. This was the narrative nun. Overlap nung Thursday. So, Thursday has a lot of volume. Maraming money in circulation. Maraming executed trades. Monday, ito. Monday volume ng overlap. So, Monday, manipis lang yung volume. Kaka-start lang ng week. So, wala masyadong pera. And also, there's an uncertainty dahil sa war. So, money is not expected to pour in down much kasi unang araw pa lang plus may tension ka pa. So, hesitant pa yung magiging trades dyan. So, I was telling you, overlap ng malaking volume versus overlap na manipis na volume. Sino mananaig? So, always, yun, overlap ng malaking volume. So, bounce siya dyan. But eventually, nung paenda ng New York, bumalik. And then, ayun, nag-console na dyan sa level na yan. So, overshoot na. So, it's up to you kung ano yung magiging trade plan nyo for the whole week. So, basta, alalahan nyo, ito ay malaking volume dito. So, maraming executed trades. Here, maybe spikes lang ng volatility. Manipis lang to. Tuesday, manipis. Ngayong Wednesday, it's a lot of volume in the market right now. Pwedeng basagin to. Pwede ding i-confirm na ito ay ang bagong support. Okay, so I hope na may nakuha kayo dito sa pag-spot ng mga volumes. So always use yung ano natin, yung sessions algo. And also meron ako papakita sa inyo. Shoutout tayo kay shoutout sa kaibigan natin, YouTube channel niya, White Rabbits Rhythm. So papakita ko kung ano yung binigay niya sa atin. So this is an So yun yung YouTube channel niya, White Rabbits Rhythm. So meron tayong indicator na binigay niya, price rhythm. So titingnan natin. So pag inon natin to, kita nyo. So kita nyo yung line na yan. Saktong-sakto doon sa ano natin, sa high volume na price, 'di ba? So off natin na. Oh, kita nyo? So saktong-sakto sa high volume na levels natin, sa high volumes level. Napakalupit, no, na indicator. Then next, pwede natin adjust yan. So, adjust natin. So, sample, the ATH price is 35, 3450. 3450. Boom. So, sakto pa rin sa high volume levels. Kita nyo? So, lupit, no? So, kung interested kayo doon sa indicator na yan, so, it spots almost the same or identical dun sa mga ini-spot natin na mga high volume na resistance. And, amazing, no? Na pagka-compute. So, yung indicator na to, magpapaalam mo na kung pwede natin disclose kung ano yung pinaka concept. But, kung makita nyo, liitin ko makita nyo, lupit ng pagkagawa. So, turn on mo siya, spot, kita nyo yung spot natin using RI indicator. Isang click lang dito. Boom. Ayun. High volume din, no? Hindi ko ano to, kasi ito yung magiging targets mo for the day. Okay? Ito mo, high volume, high volume. Diba? Galing. Galing ng ng indicator na to. So, you can add this as a confluence. So, paalam muna tayo. Pwede ba natin to? Pwede nyo bang gamitin? Or is it available? Nasa TradingView as public. Tingnan natin. So, hide natin yan. Yan yung na-spot ng eye indicator. Ulitin lang natin, no? Boom. Diba? Galing. So, it spots almost the same level as our eye indicator. Galing, galing. Okay, so thank you, White Rabbit's Rhythm. So, subscribe kayo sa sa channel niya. And tingnan niyo yung mga ginagamit niya. So, genius to. Genius tong bata na to. Okay, I guess yan lang yung natin ngayong araw na to. I hope you have learned something. At may nakuha kayo paano tayo mag-spot ng mga high volume resistance and the bias ng Monday. So, have a nice day and profitable week, everyone. God bless.